guys, this is just going to be a little bit of practice scene for naming some alkanes. So when we're naming alkanes, we need to remember the first step we do is locate how many carbons there are. It would be in the longest chain. This one, for the first example, only has one chain, so there's only one possible way. But if there were more chains on it, you would have to find the longest chain. So to start, let's just figure out how many carbons there are on this. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So there is a method to the number of carbons and what the name would be. So if we look over here, it shows us if we've got 1 carbon, methane, 2, ethane, 3, propane, and so on. So this chart is going to be something that you're going to need to be familiar with. This will help you out a ton. So if you memorize this, it'll be much easier. So if we go back to that example we just looked at, we said it had 6. So 6 hexane. So you know right here, this is going to be hexane. Alrighty. Then down to the next one, we can see 1, 2, 3, 4. And we already know that 4 is going to be butane. So let's go on down to the next one. Now this one, it is much bigger. So like I said in the beginning, we have to find the longest chain. So it's kind of just trial and error. There's no rhyme or reason to how to find it. You just gotta kind of figure it out. So if we start, we're gonna go, let's just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, we know that's not gonna be the longest one because if we go down, it looks like it's gonna be a lot longer. So let's get rid of all that. And let's try 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then it looks like we're going to need to go over to the right-hand side. So then let's go 7, 8, 9. Let's see if we went 6, 7, 8. So yeah, doing it that way is going to be the longest chain. So now that we have the longest chain, you have to figure out where the branches are going to come off and at the lowest number. So it looks like here we have a branch, which is going to be this area right here. That's our little branch. That is at number 6. But if we were to get rid of these numbers real quick, I'll just do it in a different color. That'll help. So if we were to renumber and start up here with 1, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There, that's much better because it's at the lowest number possible, which would then be 4. Okay, so we know that this right here is going to be an ethyl group off to the side because there are 2 carbons. So we know that there's a total of 9 in the longest chain, which the longest chain, like I showed, is going to be right here. So that's our longest chain, and then this is going to be our little subgroup off to the side. So this one would then be, so you would first write the number, so we figured out it's 4, that's the lowest one, so it would be a 4, then ethyl nonane. Okay? Let's go down to one more. So here, starting off again, we got to find the longest chain. So it looks like this really only has one way to go. So we're going to find our longest chain is right here. And then it's got 2 side groups coming off of it. So let's go ahead and number that real quick. So it looks like we can tell already that we're going to start on the top end. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If we went the other way, then our first little subunit would be at number 3 instead of 2. And remember, we always want to have the lowest one first. So we know with 5 that this is going to be a pentane molecule overall. And since we now have 2 of the little methyl groups off to the side, so we have 1 methyl group, 2 methyl group, it is going to be overall, it will be a 2, 3 methyl And then we said it has a 5 carbon chain, so that'll be pentane. And then that would be that overall one. Hope this helped you guys out. Looks like we do have one more down here. This is a little bit better. So starting off again, we're going to want to find that longest chain. You can kind of tell already there's only one possible way. So it's going to be this area right here. And then we've got 3 group subunits right there. And as you can see, it's going to be whichever way. See how right here, if we went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you've got a subunit on 2. But then if we did it this way, going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, there's a subunit at 2 for either way we count. So the way to distinguish between this is whichever one has the most subunits. So we can see if we keep the one in blue, we have 1, 2, and you've got 2 subunits here. You've got one here, where you only have 1 over here. So the correct numbering would be to start on the right-hand side and keep it on that way. So get rid of those green numbers real quick. So then we know it's 5 carbon chains long. So it's going to be another pentane. And then the way you would do this is you would label it as a 2, 2, 4. And then those are going to be methyl groups. Methyl pentane. Alrighty, so I hope this helped you guys out a little bit. And thanks.